The pickle jar is one of the most nutritionally misunderstood items in the modern grocery store. Most consumers pick up a jar of pickles assuming they are getting something fermented, something with the gut health credentials that fermentation implies. In the vast majority of cases, they are not. What they are getting is a cucumber that has been soaked in a vinegar brine, acidified chemically rather than biologically, and in most commercial versions, pasteurized to ensure shelf stability. The result tastes similar to a genuinely fermented pickle, but is nutritionally an almost entirely different product. Understanding why this matters requires a brief examination of what fermentation actually does that vinegar brining does not. In true lacto-fermented pickles, naturally occurring lactobacillus bacteria, present on the cucumber's surface and in the brine environment, consume sugars and produce lactic acid as a metabolic byproduct. This biological acidification process transforms the food in multiple ways simultaneously. The bacteria proliferate, creating a live probiotic culture that survives in the finished product. Bacterial metabolic activity generates vitamin K2, specifically menaquinone forms, as a byproduct of their biochemistry. Enzymes produced during fermentation predigest some of the cucumber's cellular compounds, improving nutrient bioavailability. The resulting product is alive, biologically active, and nutritionally distinct from its raw starting material. A vinegar-brined pickle achieves rapid acidification through acetic acid, bypassing the bacterial transformation entirely. No bacteria proliferate. No K2 is produced. No probiotics develop. The cucumber's original modest vitamin K1 content remains, modified to whatever extent the acidification and pasteurization process is affected. But the K2 development and probiotic generation that define fermented foods' specific health contributions simply do not occur. This distinction has clinical relevance because K2, particularly the longer-chain menaquinone forms, shows a different biological distribution pattern than K1. K2 is more effectively transported to bone tissue, where it activates osteocalcin to direct calcium into bone matrix. It is more effectively delivered to arterial walls, where it activates matrix GLA protein to prevent inappropriate arterial calcification. The epidemiological evidence connecting higher K2 intake to better bone density outcomes and lower cardiovascular calcification is meaningful. The Rotterdam study and subsequent research have shown associations specifically with K2 intake, not K1 alone, in these outcomes. Identifying truly fermented pickles requires label literacy. The indicators to look for are live cultures or naturally fermented on the label, absence of vinegar in the ingredient list for brine-only versions, and refrigerated storage. Genuinely fermented pickles require cold storage to slow ongoing fermentation, while shelf-stable commercial pickles do not. The brine of a genuine ferment is also characteristically cloudy from bacterial activity, rather than crystal clear as vinegar brines typically are. Home fermentation is the most reliable route to the real product, requiring only cucumbers, water, salt, and patience across 5 to 7 days at room temperature. The result is categorically superior to what most pickle jars contain.